We continue to follow breaking new developments tonight out of Wexford County. You are taking a live look right now where a large police presence in Wexford County has been on scene for quite some time now. We do have confirmation from a member of the group searching for 22-year-old Rebecca Park. The pregnant woman who went missing earlier this month has been found dead. This is a live view right now, again, looking at what we understand to be the property of Park's biological mother. This is the scene right now on South 21 and a half road in Boone. You can see that police presence right there with Michigan State Police on scene. It is still unclear whether this is the site of the discovery. Now, we are working to get confirmed information on what's taking place and why investigators are on that property there in Wexford County. There is a lot of discussion right now on social media, but much of that information has not been confirmed by authorities. The area has, however, been the state of a desperate search over the last several weeks. Rebecca was last seen the night of November 3rd around 8:30. According to the Wexford County Sheriff's Office, at the time she was reported missing, she was days away from giving birth. As of this morning, the Wexford County Sheriff's Office told us the investigation into Park's disappearance continued and that they may not have made any arrests. At this hour, it is unclear whether that assessment has changed, but again, we are working to get confirmation as far as what is behind the police presence there. And of course, we're going to keep following this developing story, this breaking news, and update you with any new reportable information live on air and on live on our website, UpNorthLive.com. Well, switching gears right now, welcome to Unscripted this Monday evening. Thanks for joining us on this Thanksgiving week. We have a lot of headlines to touch on, but first we're going to check in with Chief Meteorologist Joe Charlevoix on some winter-like weather moving in, Joe, especially coming at a time when a lot of people are traveling this week.
Yeah, the timing is not optimal for some of this, but that's usually how it goes. We're still looking at a quiet night tonight, Melissa. I mean, there will be some rain, but we're not dealing with ice or snow yet. And even tomorrow morning, you know, if maybe you get up in the morning, you've got to travel somewhere, I think will still be okay. It's later tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. We're going to look at all of that. I'm sure many of you are wondering, well, how much snow are we going to get? I will tell you this. Some areas are going to get a lot more than others because we're going to kind of see this turning into lake effect snow where you get those large variations over, short distances, Melissa. We'll look at all of that and look at it through the weekend too, a little later.
All right, thanks for that, Joe. Speaking of Thanksgiving preparations, plus the snow that's expected to move into the area, we want to know if you have a plan B should you lose power on Thanksgiving. It could happen. Check out our Facebook page, Up North Live, and our website, and chime in for our question of the day. Let us know if you have that backup plan. We're going to check out those responses coming up a little bit later in the show. And we want to know, actually, are you ready for winter? Let us know. Chime in on our question of the day on our Facebook page and our website, UpNorthLive.com. A Benzie County man accused of trying to kidnap a woman at a gas station this past weekend appeared in court today. Scott Gensler was arraigned on felony kidnapping charges. Our Allie Baxter has been following that report, and she has the latest.
May I have your name?
Scott Gensler.
51-year-old Scott Gensler zooming in from the Grand Traverse County Jail to face a kidnapping charge.
Please raise your right hand. Mr. Gensler?
Raise your right hand. Yeah.
Gensler is the man accused of trying to kidnap a woman from the Meyer gas station in Garfield Township.
This was an extremely violent felony, something that could have been much worse if bystander hadn't stopped it, thwarted the plan.
During his arraignment, we learned Gensler works at Great Lakes Potato Chips and lives in Interlaken.
Do you own a vehicle?
Yeah, it's a Jeep Patriot.
She witnessed a subject try to grab a female at the gas station and pull her into a dark blue Jeep.
Prosecutor Muggenberg said the probability of Gensler being convicted in this kidnapping case is high.
People will soon learn that this was caught on surveillance at the Meyer gas station. So there is proof of the defendant's guilt in this case.
We already knew the woman had no idea who Gensler was when he tried to abduct her. The random act contributing to the fear that it could happen to anyone.
Frankly, it's the type of crime that terrorizes a community, so we are asking for a high bond.
Gensler was given a $500,000 bond. He pled not guilty to his kidnapping charge.
Thank you, ma'am.
Very confusing about that.
That was our Allie Baxter reporting. The Grand Traverse County Sheriff's Office also shared with us today how they found Gensler. They told UpNorthLive that a sergeant and deputy had just cleared a call in Grand, just outside Traverse City, when they saw Gensler's vehicle on US 31. They turned around to stop him, and Gensler ducked down a side road, but they caught up to him, and that's when they arrested him. In other news today, U.S. Senator Gary Peters says he's concerned about potential closures of Coast Guard units across Michigan. During a hearing to appoint new commandant of the Coast Guard, Peters questioned how the admiral would support Great Lakes staff. In Michigan right now, 13 of the Coast Guard's 25 units are temporarily closed, have open positions or limited operations. But administrators recently celebrated surpassing the Coast Guard's recruiting goal. Peters asked if the additional personnel will get Michigan units back to full staffing. He also noted it's a challenge to find housing in high tourism areas where some of these units are located.
What actions do you plan to take to address some of the housing challenges?
Expanded use of government leased housing, where the Coast Guard leases housing and then members come into the area, and rather than spending time and effort trying to find housing where it's not available, we already have a home or apartments or a block of homes that they can live in. But it is a challenge because our personnel don't typically live, with rare exception, on large bases, and there are none in Michigan.
We're told there's another effort underway to designate critical housing areas that allow personnel to have their family live in another area to take advantage of a higher housing allowance. Well, if you're hosting a Thanksgiving dinner at your home this year, chances are you're probably busy right now, grocery shopping, making those arrangements, getting all the details just right. But imagine if you're hosting such a meal for 2,000 people and just how busy you'd be right now. Our Mark Gillette has the story.
If you've heard about it, you're invited. If you've seen it, you're invited. Everybody and anybody is welcome.
This morning, only 2 people here in this lot at the corner of Randolph and Division. On Thursday, there will be just a few more.
This year, I think we're going to go through probably 1,600 pounds of meat.
2 people today planning and preparing for the arrival of about 2,000 hungry people.
And we've gotten more and more every year.
2 people drinking coffee and trying to get everything done for Joel Beckham's 4th annual Thanksgiving for Those Without. He launched it back then to make sure no one went hungry and no one had to be alone.
Holidays have been hard. Like, you know, I'm breaking tears here. But holidays have been rough for me. You know, my entire life, you know, I came from a really rough place in Flint. You know, I was homeless numerous times as a kid even. And, you know, holidays were always hard. And it just, you know, I don't want anybody else to experience that, basically.
So 4 years ago, he hosted the first Anyone is Welcome meal here. They buy the ingredients, volunteers help cook it up in their own homes, and everyone and anyone can show up here on Thanksgiving.
We're bringing home to you. You don't get to be outside. We have a full heated tent. The cooking will be inside this year, so volunteers, you don't get to freeze. There's also going to be lights. We got the Lions game, just like at home. There's going to be a DJ with music. Of course, lots of food, and then the community part where all of us are together eating. So it's going to be a fun, good time.
As in years past, he's hoping some folks can step up to help cook a little.
All the ingredients is supplied at 2 o'clock on Wednesday at this location. They can pick up what they want to cook. But the difference this year is we're asking the public to bring non-perishable items, bring turkeys, hams, anything that can be used for the Thanksgiving dinner. Turkeys, hams, potatoes, stuffing, canned goods. And then everything that's left, we're letting people in need take that home with them on Thanksgiving Day.
So folks can come and eat here. And from the pop-up food bank, take something home for later as well.
You know, there's no pressure, there's no stigmatism. This is just people helping people.
Today, an empty lot, full of big plans. On Thursday, heated tents, tons of food, and a community coming together to fend off hunger or loneliness.
I just hope that if you are hungry, please don't let your pride or anything get in the way. We are more than happy to spend the day with you, and it's not for charity, it is for fun, and we really just want to help the people around us, and we don't want anybody to go hungry or spend it alone. So please don't.
That was Mark Gillette reporting. Now, the meal takes place, of course, Thursday. And again, all are welcome. Between now and then, there are a lot of opportunities to step in and help with cooking tomorrow or volunteering to serve on Thursday. Both food and monetary donations will be accepted. And for all of the details that you need about this event happening Thursday, we have it posted with links to the story on our website, UpNorthLive.com. A special delivery will soon make its way across Lake Michigan. Today, the U.S. Coast Guard, along with students and staff from 4 schools and others, loaded more than 1,000 Christmas trees and boxes of homemade Christmas cards into the Cutter Mackinac. As Up North Live's Mary Jane Glenn explains, the cargo will spread holiday cheer to those in need hundreds of miles away.
Volunteers gathered at the Coast Guard base in Sheboygan ready to work, loading the Cutter Mackinac with 1,200 Christmas trees. The Coast Guard, community, students, and others working hand in hand to move the tree off a truck and onto the deck of the boat that will soon head to Chicago.
The very first ship, the Rouse, was a Christmas tree ship bound for Chicago, and it sank. And so this was restarted in 1999, and so it's that history. That's why Chicago.
Some volunteers even dressed up to recognize the significance of the tradition. Angie Morthland was one of those people, honoring Rosie the Riveter.
It's a community event that people can all buy into, and we're helping needy families, and we're carrying on a tradition. Since World War II, women have been stepping up to help, so I just like to be part of that program.
The tradition is more than loading holiday decorations. It's about building community starting in northern Michigan.
We wanted the community to be part of the Coast Guard community. And so really to make the Coast Guard members feel that this is their home away from home while they're stationed here.
All in a larger effort to brighten the holiday for those in need. In Sheboygan County, Mary Jane Glenn, Up North Live News.
And while on the way to deliver the Christmas trees, the Coast Guard crew will stop to honor the legacy of the original Christmas ship. A wreath ceremony will be held at the exact longitude and latitude of where the ship and its crew were lost during a storm in 1912. There will be a community send-off for the Coast Guard crew Saturday at 10 a.m. With that festive feeling now in the air, a reminder the holidays can be tough for those living in senior living facilities, especially if they don't have family in the area. That's why the Thrive 45 Young Professionals Group and Petoskey Regional Chamber of Commerce are asking for some help from you. They're asking for cards that can be sent to area seniors, all to help share the holiday joy.
We just feel that our elderly population should be taken care of and felt like they're part of the community and not forgotten. So we just want to spread the cheer and make sure everyone is included.
You can write, draw, or buy any holiday cards, and there will be a drop box at the Petoskey Regional Chamber of Commerce. The cards need to be turned in by December 12th. All right, well, we're going to take another look at your weather coming up. Of course, big changes moving in with some lake effect snow over the next few days, how that could affect some of that Thanksgiving travel coming up. Joe will have all the details next.
I'm Jada Johnson from Big Boys TV, and the Fish and Game Report is sponsored by Johnson's Propane.
Well, welcome to Unscripted here in Up North Live. Again, we want to remind you our question of the day. Are you ready for winter? Because we know that some winter weather is on the way. Joe, pretty big changes moving in very soon.
Yeah, they are. And not so much tonight. We still got a little window here where it's still relatively quiet. I mean, there'll be a little rain tonight. And I think even the first half of tomorrow, not too bad. But then our area will see the switch over to snow tomorrow evening, and it'll be done by tomorrow night, back over to all snow. Let's look at our travel timeline. So green is good, yellow's caution, red's poor, just like a stoplight. Showers to late snow tomorrow. The first half of the day, not bad. You can see the 3 worst time frames, though, which will be tomorrow night, Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving night. There'll be snow and wind, areas of blowing snow. Same thing on Thanksgiving. This will turn into lake effect snow. And then Thanksgiving night, scattered lake effect snow, still windy. And then Friday, by the end of the week, scattered lake effect snow, but it will start waning. It won't be as intense. And then Friday night, still some scattered lake effect snow. So that's kind of the travel timeline. A litany of colors here. The red areas up around Marquette, those are blizzard warnings up there. Our region, the pink shaded areas, winter storm warnings. These are through, I'm going to go through all these real quick. Wednesday afternoon, most areas until Friday, a couple counties until Thursday night, but you get the idea. Lake effect snow and wind. That's a big range in snow totals, but that's the nature of lake effect snow. We'll show you that in a minute. Tough travel. To the east, down toward Clare, parts of the UP, a winter weather advisory away from the warning areas. Less snow here, but still blowing snow, wind, tough travel. Ludington, Oceana County, Mason County, a high wind warning Wednesday until Thursday morning, 50 to 60 mile per hour west winds, power outages possible. And then the rest of the area on top of all that, we still have a wind advisory also with winds gusting up to 50 miles per hour, potential power outages. I just wanted to go through all the official watches, warnings, advisories from the Weather Service. Low pressure sits west of Minneapolis, or east rather of Minneapolis, near the Mississippi River tonight. That low is going to track right along that front into the UP. That's the track this low will take overnight tonight through tomorrow. So we're in the warm air out ahead of this, at least relatively speaking. So just rain tonight, rain tomorrow morning. And then as this low wraps through here, we'll see a switch over to snow starting tomorrow evening. And that change will be pretty much complete by 10 o'clock tomorrow night. Then the snow becomes heavy in spots, a lot of wind, lake effect snow through Thanksgiving afternoon. Now, as this morphs into lake effect snow, we'll see, the snow belts getting the bulk of the snow Thursday afternoon, Thursday night into Friday, and then the snow starts to diminish somewhat Friday afternoon. Big snows fall to the west of us, the western UP, around Marquette, Houghton, Hancock, Ironwood, that area up to 20 inches in some spots. Here's a local look at snow, and I'm going to stop this around sunset tomorrow, because during the day tomorrow, we're not going to get much between now and then. A lot of zeros. Then tomorrow night is when we start seeing it, into Thursday. So there's our snowfall. I've took the numbers off just so you can see the bands a little bit better here, but Kalkaska, parts of Misaki, Roscommon, Crawford, Antrim, Otsego, Charlevoix counties, Cadillac up toward Traverse City, Newberry, west. That's where most of the snow is going to fall. The wind will pick up tomorrow night right there out of the northwest. So on top of the snow, you're going to get a lot of blowing snow, maybe some drifting in a few spots. But tonight, none of that. Showers to late night rain, no snow overnight, too warm. And then tomorrow, not a lot of wind. The low is going to kind of sit over the UP tomorrow. Temperatures in the 40s, rain to light mix. Rain showers to a late mix, I should say late day mix. Rogers City, 45-year high temperature tomorrow. Temperatures will drop in the afternoon. Rain showers giving way to an afternoon mix in our last stop here. Rain to a mix, windy in the afternoon, upper 30s to around 40. Weather warm day on Thanksgiving, lake effect snow and wind. And then, stays a little unsettled. Sunday, another system comes in. That's the thing, Melissa. You go for Thanksgiving, but you have to come home too. So if you have travel Sunday, could be a snowy one then too.
Right. You want to plan ahead with this weather. So
thank you.
Joe, thanks. Coming up in sports, we look ahead to the final regular season Saturday for college football. Michigan looking to continue an impressive win streak against Ohio State. That's coming up next in sports. Welcome back to Unscripted here on Up North Live. Harrison takes a look at sports highlights. Of course, he is in the content center with the latest. Hey, Harrison.
Yeah, Melissa, kind of gets lost in the shuffle, really, the regular season finale for college football, because we know the Lions play on Thanksgiving. Us up here, we know we have Kingsley in the football state finals on Friday. But Saturday at noon is the big game in college football every year. Michigan and Ohio State meeting up yet again. This one at the Big House. And a lot of storylines going on for this one. Here are the 4 previous meetings on the books between these two. All 4 Michigan Wolverine wins, which has been a miraculous run for Michigan. Of course, 21, 22, and 23. All 3 years they made the college football playoff. And then Michigan went on to win the national championship in 2023. What happened last year? Well, it was at the Horseshoe, and Ohio State was favored to win. Michigan ended up winning that one 13-10. But in the end, Ohio State got the bragging rights for the season. The Buckeyes going on to win a national championship a year ago. So these are the last 2 national champions in college football. Ohio State looks poised to win another one this year, Melissa. They're undefeated, 11-0, undefeated in conference. Their closest conference game has been by 18 points. But Michigan has won 4 in a row in this series for a reason. And these two are meeting up at the Big House. So it brings a lot of intrigue to see what's going to happen Saturday, high noon, between these two yet again. Ohio State needing the win to get into the Big Ten championship game and the college football playoff again. Michigan really needing the win to get those scenarios lined up for the Wolverines. I believe they're ranked right around 18th, 17th in the college football playoff rankings at the moment. So we'll see how the dominoes fall. The Big Ten title game will be 1 week from Saturday, but I'm sure everybody who's a fan of both Michigan and Ohio State honed in on that game. And the other one we want to talk about, the Spartans. Melissa, they're 0-8 in conference entering the regular season finale. This will be it. No further games for MSU. And a lot of MSU fans are probably happy about that. They get one final chance to get one conference win this year. They'll be taking on Maryland. That'll be Saturday night at Ford Field in Detroit, a 7 o'clock kickoff between the Spartans and the Terps in that one.
All right. Well, Harrison, we appreciate it. Thank you for all the highlights. We're going to check in with the live results for our question of the day. Make sure you check it out on our Facebook page and our website, Up North Live. Are you ready for winter? We'll check those results coming up.
Salon services are furnished by Epiphany Advanced Academy in East Acme.
Welcome back to Unscripted here on Up North Live. Again, our question of the day is, are you ready for winter? 56% saying yes. People who chimed in saying no, 44%. So kind of a split right there, but you can still chime in. That weather, though, is coming whether we like it or not. Go to our Facebook page, Up North Live, and our website, UpNorthLive.com. Let us know. And thank you for making Up North Live Unscripted your choice for news today. Tonight, you can join us later tonight for Up North Live News at 11. Have a fabulous night. Stay warm out there.